Member for Fox Hill, yes, you stand.
Of one of the statements, or some of the statements made with regard to citizenship. I just wonder if I might address that point. Not sure whether you call this a point of order or personal act. Clarification.
Yeah, fine.
I don't want the impression given that the Bahamas government is deporting Bahamians. The member didn't say that, but in the comments that he made, I think he regards, I know the distinction he's seeking to draw, which is that de facto, people who were born here and lived here all of their lives are Bahamians in every sense of the cultural sense. The question is always whether they are Bahamians in the legal sense. And I can assure you that no one who is Bahamian in the legal sense is deported from this country by this government. So everyone who is Bahamian in the legal sense is validly in this country and safe in this country. It is people who are not Bahamian in law who are subject to exclusion from the country. What we are seeking to do now is the category of persons I think people are most concerned about is the people who were born here to non-national parents, lived here most of their lives, but have no immigration status. The Constitution provided no immigration status. I think some people have gone so far as to argue that by implication they should have an immigration status without more. But the fact is they do not. So we're seeking to supplement those provisions by providing some form of immigration status at a price which is not beyond their reach to take care of that issue. So I just didn't want the impression given that Bahamians were being deported from the Bahamas. That doesn't arise. I can't say it can't happen, but not by any act of this administration. The second question is the question of whether the law with regard to citizenship is applied by some authority other than the minister responsible for citizenship under the statute law as decided by the Prime Minister and the Constitution. And the question of which, about whether policy applications are applied to the grant of citizenship. The adjudicating authority for the grant of citizenship is not the courts. If someone has an issue with the adjudicating authority, then they can go to court to challenge that decision, as in fact Darcy Ryan did. And it went to the Privy Council and the ruling as the member read. But I believe, if my recollection is correct, where the case ended was that the government utilized its authority as the adjudicating authority to put certain allegations to Mr. Ryan and say, this is the reason why your citizenship was refused, and you need to supply an answer for that. So even though the provision which has been declared void has not been amended, that was their way of dealing with that issue. And perhaps we have to delineate further considerations. The only point I'm making here is the adjudicating authority is the minister. The adjudicating authority is the minister, and the minister decides according to law, not according to whim. And if someone decides that they don't agree with the decision, it is challengeable or reviewable in the courts. But the adjudicating authority is the minister responsible for citizenship. I just wanted to make those 2 points.
Very well. Thank you, Honourable Member.